in this beautiful, vibrant planet Earth that we share and call home, full of life, mystery, and amazement. Yet nature and the human race also share a dark side. From tornadoes, landslides, earthquakes, and money, the root of all evil. Though we can't really do much about nature itself that I am aware of, we could definitely do something about the money part. With money comes greed. Through greed comes jealousy. With jealousy comes envy. Through envy comes lust, and so on. A vicious continuous cycle that never ends and only gets worse within time. Good people act under pressure when their lives are on the line, and sometimes do bad things when their back is against the wall and trying to survive. For example, let's look at Syria. This country has so many economic sanctions on them that they can barely make any money outside of their country to support and feed their families. Economic sanctions are commercial and financial penalties applied by one or more countries against a targeted country, group, or individual. They are being put in a situation that would come from our worst nightmares. Just imagine waking up one morning and your country was literally under attack by missile explosions and gunfire everywhere. So much has been destroyed already. Thousands of lives lost, families torn apart from war, and the people are understandably scared for their lives and want to see a peaceful change. This is still happening in a few countries on our planet today. Countries that fail to agree over power and control. The truth is that these individuals were hired by we the people to run our governments and should be ashamed of themselves for the way in which they operate our planet, using military force, blackmail, and all kinds of other greedy, selfish tactics to get things done their way. It seems to me that the highest paying jobs are given to those on the inside pocket of corporate control. Those who will do what you ask them to for a little cash on the side, or masons helping other masons, and so on. With so much conflicting information coming from official and alternative media sources these days about pretty much everything, it would be impossible to ever see eye to eye on reporting truth in our news outlets. As long as money circulates on this planet, we are always going to have bribery and greed. Some people just can't help themselves but to take a little extra on the side, or sometimes their lives are being threatened and they really don't have much choice in the matter. The reporters you see on TV barely really do any honest investigation anymore. Instead, they just read from the teleprompter and then go out for a fancy dinner and have a few drinks, and then go to their cozy, big, expensive luxury homes. People like myself find themselves in a situation where something from the inside is calling us to liberate the good people of planet Earth with the knowledge and information that we have learned to wake you up to just help out a little bit in any way you can. I see something that many of you don't, and that is the fact that we are all unique in our own very special way, and we all have the power to create a much better future for humanity and the rest of the world. Be a voice for the voiceless, and see to it that the real truth of who we are is revealed. The proof is in our ancient civilizations past. The writing is literally on the wall. We are destined to overcome our challenges for greatness, and we are inspired by the legends of our history's past. These people in power have been giving us the rules of living for as far back that we can recall in our history books. Maybe it's time that we show them how to live a loving, caring, and peaceful life. Maybe they need to take a step back and get stripped down of all their power so they could be reminded of what it truly means to be human again. I understand very well that there is good and evil in this world, and the services of police officers and military are very much appreciated. But somewhere down the line, this operation has gone too far, to the point that it is destroying our planet. Some people would say, who cares? We're all gonna die anyways. I think that we are being challenged to see to it that we save this planet and thrive together. We know that every action has a reaction. So basically, if you hurt someone, they're gonna want to hurt you back. And if you do something nice for someone, they're gonna want to do something nice in return for you as well. Also known as karma. What goes around comes back around again. Treat others the way you would like to be treated. Let's be more careful with labels and styles. This only separates man. Love and take care of every living creature on this planet. If everyone was wealthy, then there would hardly ever be any crimes at all. Instead, eventually, we would have no use for money, and people would just help each other out over kindness and goodness from their heart. Like the late Tupac Shakur said, "I'm not saying that I'm going to rule the world, or I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee you that I will spark the brain that will change the world." I don't know how to change it, but I know if I keep talking about how dirty it is out here, somebody's gonna clean it up. I use this quote as a good example of one very talented individual that shared his views on the corruption in our societies. Growing up in one of the worst possible American environments, Tupac and many others like him didn't have many options at all. Just a whole lot of gangs, drugs, racism, and violence. Anyone that was raised in poverty can relate, I'm certain. You are all like Simba the lion, who have no idea who you really are until you see your true reflection under the veil. Yesterday's the past, tomorrow's the future, but today is a gift. That's why it's called the present day. When I create one of these videos, I only have the most honest intentions in mind. I select what I feel like I need to share with others to help them see life in the way that I do, which is a very beautiful flow of life mixed with all cultures and all religions, without any borders or racism. People helping people. And let's not forget about the animals and the rest of nature. If the entire world had free electrical power, then this alone would greatly help solve world poverty and would be a huge boost in moving forward into our giving, loving society. The owners of the electrical power stations, I'm sure, are plenty rich enough as it is, and it wouldn't be a bad idea to protest against the power companies to get them to be a little bit more giving with their enormous wealth that they have accumulated throughout all these years, which is estimated in the trillions, if not more. Nikola Tesla had a dream to invent a device that would supply free electrical power to the entire world. They burned his lab down and made sure that his dream would never come true. We should see to it that Tesla's dream becomes true and ensure that every living being on this planet is well taken care of in a loving manner. This certainly is a very challenging task, to say the least, and some would even say impossible. I say it's very possible, and it's destined to be so. The best I could do is share my opinions with all of you and hope for the ultimate best for everyone. We could easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a harder battle. Thank you for listening. Your friend, Gary Light.